Hello, I wanted to take you with me as I try something a little bit new on this tree. Well, not quite new to me, but I have painted a very, very, very bright glow-in-the-dark tree here. If we let it charge up a little bit, you can see I painted some of my strongest glow-in-the-dark colors on the tree. When the other colors here in behind fade down, and that'll happen quite quickly, this tree should stay glowing for much, much longer. But that is not what we are going to be doing today. I want this tree to have a thermochrome layer. So thermochrome, if we turn off my UV lamp, is heat reactive pigments. So the plan is today is I have my heater here with me. Now, thermochrome, I thought for a very long time, these are all my thermochrome colors. Now, my light is doing stupid things and is escaping here from me. I have a very, very stupid light setup, but there we are. Now, what thermochrome colors? I thought for a very long time, I thought they went white, which is why I didn't really manage to use them. I thought they went white when it got warm. But at 25 degrees Celsius or 77 degrees Fahrenheit, they go translucent. The color actually disappears. So when I heat this up, you'll see that it will look as though it goes white. But what actually happens is that it loses all its color, and we are going to be able to hide a color within a color. So I thought I'll take you along with me as I paint a thermochrome layer to this tree. I wanted it to be spring to autumn. So we use normal green. I have my green pigments. I'm not going to do this completely as a tutorial, but I kind of wanted to take you with me into this entire process. Maybe we turn the UV light back on. It just has a nicer atmosphere. We can see all the different lights and so on. And I don't think we'll have UV in it though, meaning that we then need to turn off the UV light and be in this light instead. All right, so how do we do this? Well, we will mix two different colors together. We will mix in green with my orange thermochrome. Now I'm just going to use this here. We can do this a little bit as a tutorial too. If you want to buy your own thermochrome colors and do something like that, then where I buy them from is linked underneath in the comments section. I'm sure I will remember to do that, or write me in the comments. It's from Technoglow, the ones that I use. So you get a pigment like this, and you just blend it together with another color, as I will do here. And let me show you what the idea. It's very simple. You can do this much more complex, and I think in time I'll probably find more and more complex ways of doing this. But when you mix two colors together, since one goes away in heat, when we do this is the easiest way of showing you. I have mixed green and orange together, making a little bit of an orange color. When this goes warm, the orange thermochrome that I mixed in, that goes away, meaning that we are left with the other color. So this then turns green. And as easy as that, it's possible to paint with a color changing pigment. The main thing though, keep in mind, you have to be very careful and keep these far away from sunlight. That's the main danger of these colors. Now let me go ahead and put a little cut in here, I think. Or if I'm lazy and I don't cut it, I will just talk out loud as I go and collect my proper lighting. Since I'm noticing that I am painting in UV lighting, which is much darker, I can turn this off and on as we go. But here, you can properly see me and the painting and what we are going to be doing. So let me make sure that we can see this well. And here, we can now paint. Let's see, I think we'll do even more red into this. So, proper strong autumn colors that then turn into spring. So I'm not sure how much you can see. I think it's possible to see this quite well. It's very washed out at the moment. I'm going to have to put my glow-in-the-dark colors back on top of this. I often paint in very unnecessary layers upon layers. But there we have. I think we'll have large leaves. Something like this. Some of the glow will remain underneath, and then I'll be able to put the proper colors back on top of this. But I think I want a really strong thermochrome tree here, so we get this effect. And then I do have some thermochrome yellow, which is possible, but we can have highlights in both lights. So you can put a yellow or white highlight on top of it that makes sense in both autumn and spring. I'm going to test this out right away. So you always need a heater or an air conditioner if you're working with these colors in a warm country. Let's see, so if I do this now, like this, and we put this one on, I may have to use a little bit more green. I'm not sure how this looks. If we do this, and we put the heater on it, it should turn quite a bright green, and I think it does. Oh, there it, oh, absolutely it does. Oh, very good. I love these colors. I absolutely love working with them. We can be a little bit more, we don't have to put every leaf individually. We could go a little bit more kind of just with shapes. I'm just using my linseed oil here. This is going to dry fast enough if I also, well, I don't have my liquid around me. And we kind of use just some of the colors first. I can go more detailed to works later. The lovely thing about thermochrome is that it's quite translucent, so it's possible that the glow-in-the-dark will stay a little bit more than I feared. And I just put a little bit of green and some white. Those should be strong enough that they'll appear on their own. Now this is a little bit warm, so it's already changing, but you'll see. This should change back again quite quickly. And the entire tree here, let's see, I put white in this, so I have to put more orange in and a little bit more red. And then I get a color changing tree. When I first discovered these thermochrome colors, it kind of bent my mind a little bit how I could work with them. But step by step now, the more I use them, and I always find that is the main way to learn these kinds of colors and these pigments that work in so just different ways than usual pigments do, is you just need to use them and use them and use them, and eventually they kind of become natural. It kind of starts to make sense. Your mind is starting to kind of understand how they work, and that I find is the way in. So just kind of messing around with them, just trying out all kinds of things, and eventually your mind almost kind of adjusts to their strangeness. Now, it's even possible to just put some things in here that are going to be invisible. I have very little green in this, so that some of this can just disappear completely. That's perfectly fine. I just want the autumn colors on the entire tree first, so that we can kind of see the shift. I paint from imagination. I never use any references, which often means that I kind of need to just make a little bit of a mess of things, and I need to just kind of put things on the canvas so that I have something to go off of. And then I can kind of start planning things, or I can kind of go from there. If there's nothing on a canvas, it's so difficult to envision anything. I'm not good at that. People always say, you must have a really good imagination. No, that is not the thing. I just make a mess first, then the mind goes off from there, and then it can kind of start. Okay, let's see. So now we have an autumn tree, which hopefully, let's see. So I'm going to turn this on a little bit warmer, just so this goes faster. So either it just goes invisible or it turns into spring. Oh, and it does turn into spring. And this will oh, that is wonderful. And this will happen just on a warm summer's day. All on its own. You don't need a heater for these effects. Let's see, if I now turn this, let's just turn the UV light on a bit, so that it needs to charge a bit here. I don't have my, oh, I do have a UV flashlight. UV flashlight will just supercharge colors. Let's see if there is still some of that underneath. So if I turn off this light and I turn off this, it's still glowing. It is more than strong enough, the colors are, that they still glow underneath. And then when we turn on the light, it looks like this, and it's already fading down again. And this is going to be true for the entire painting. But at least I got to take you along on this very early stage of the painting to paint a color shifting thermochrome, glow in the dark, UV reactive tree. So I hope you enjoyed this. Maybe some of you stayed with me towards the end. I have no idea if these kinds of videos are something I'm going to continue. I'm going to try out anything, and I'll take you along with me, and we'll see. But thank you for staying with me so far, and let me know in the comments what you want to see in the future. Maybe something completely different, but do let me know. Until next time.